This story by Rumi demonstrates how spirituality makes really good business sense. There was a man called Mirzah who was quite greedy, actually, just the way all of us tend to be. And he goes to Moses and he says, I want to understand the language of animals. He doesn't want to understand the language of animals to love them. He wants to understand the language of animals in order to profit by this knowledge. So Moses resists Mirzah. He says, this is not good for you. And he gets sick of Mirzah hounding him out like a paparazzi. So he says to Mirzah, okay, go. When you get up in the morning, you'll be able to hear the language of animals and birds. So Mirzah is very, very excited. He wakes up in the morning to not just his cock crowing, but he hears what the crowing says. He says, wake up, time to wake up and give praise to the Lord of all creation. Mirzah wakes up and is very excited. He's going to be a rich man today. So he goes downstairs and he hears the dog speaking to the rooster. He says, you are fat. You never let me eat. Even when I'm fed, you come and eat up my food. So now the first crumb that falls from the table is mine. And the rooster says, okay. But as soon as the first crumb falls from the table, the rooster eats it up. The dog is very angry at the rooster for eating up the crumb. So the rooster says, okay, don't get angry at me. He says, I'm going to tell you our master's donkey is going to die tomorrow and we'll have a feast. You can feast on the donkey because the donkey's old and, its meat is no good. So you can eat the donkey's meat. Mirzah hears this, and what does Mirzah do? He's only thinking business. So he runs with his donkey to the marketplace and he sells the donkey and he comes home very pleased at himself. The next day, the dog is even more annoyed at the rooster. And the rooster says, okay, forget. I'm sorry, I ate the crumb, but today Mirzah's horse is going to die. This was Mirzah's favorite horse, but Mirzah is only thinking business. So he rides his horse furiously into the marketplace and sells it off at a great profit, comes home very, very happy with his bargain. Well, as you can guess, the next day the same thing happens. And this time the rooster says, dog, don't worry, Mirzah's going to die today. And all his family will give a feast. Enough food for you, enough for me. There is no business deal to be made here. The only thing Mirzah can think about is he's going to die that day. So he runs to Moses and he pleads and pleads and pleads and pleads with Moses. Save me, save me, save me. But Moses knows that people who only think about financial gain and without paying any attention to the spiritual messages that their soul gives them over and over and over again are doomed to die. We don't have to be doomed to die. We are all greedy. We all want to go for more and more gain. We want more of everything. But we must pull back from this wanting by realizing that there is something much more valuable than wealth, than gems, than all the power in the world. And that is the gems that help us live better, live as better human beings, and die better deaths with fulfillment in our hearts that we have done a good job of being here.